Hey guys, Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7. No, it is not a RC vehicle, but it is extremely cool nevertheless. Let's go check it out. Okay, so this kit is the one of the latest Technic kits from Lego, kit number 42043, and it is a Mercedes-Benz. I think it's Arocs. I'm not too sure how it's pronounced, but that is the actual truck it is modelled from. It looks extremely cool. It does take a while to build. I do believe it's over 2,500 parts, and but you take your time. And with any Lego kits, it is extremely well thought out and put together. And yeah, it makes many hours of fun. Obviously, it took a couple of weeks to build because I built it with my 5-year-old son, who thoroughly enjoyed it. And obviously, it's meant for much older kids, but I do believe it's good for kids. It shows them, you know, how things put together, how things work, steerings, you know, differentials, all these pneumatic pumps and everything up here. And yeah, I know he thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, so this kit is powered by 6AA batteries, which is in this battery box just here. You open the cab like that, and you can simply slide it out just like that. Now in here, there's 3 on either side. I'll show you quickly. Slide it out like that, and it powers this cool little battery box. It powers quite a large electric motor in there, and it's very easily put in. Just slides in here like this ribbon cable. Slides in, and it just snaps in like that. Ready to rock and roll. Now it has 2 large cylinders up here. I'll kind of move this camera back a little bit for you guys. It's got 2 large cylinders, one here, one for the actual claws there, or the clamp style, and one smaller blue cylinder for the pump. Now we can see there has a straight 6 engine in there, and when you move the model, the pistons move up and down, which is very cool. Always love this in Technic kits. Now the model does feature suspension, which works just like the real thing. What I have noticed though, the back is much softer than the front. Would have preferred if they used a bit softer springs at the front, but nevertheless it works, and it works quite well. It also has steering on all 4 wheels, which you can see there. Done very nice. And if I tip the model over, you can see how the whole system works, and it just never ceases to amaze me how engineers at Lego come up with these ideas. Awesome stuff. If I move back, here's the rear. So like the real truck, has differentials here. They work just like the real thing. Very cool. As you can see here, it drives all the way up to the motor which I showed you before, and it moves the pistons up and down when you move the truck backwards and forwards. Very cool stuff. Now both sides of the cab have fully working doors, and in each of these feature seats that have movable headrests, and this has a movable steering wheel on this side. Imitation glass for the mirrors on the side. Very cool. And exhaust is on one side only. See, here's just a view of the other side of the truck. Like I said, opening doors, imitation mirrors here and stuff like that, which look cool. It's just a little sticker that they put on. And the steering is operated via, you know, they have the left or right side, and that moves all 4 front wheels. Cool stuff. Here's a look at the front of the truck. Very well detailed. Mercedes logo, everything on there. All fully licensed. Number plate, lights. I've seen some guys put LED kits in here, which is pretty cool. But as it stands, very nice. And yeah, I love it so far. So here's all the controls here, pneumatic controls. which work very, very cool. Only downside is you have to let the pump obviously get enough air in the system to work the pneumatics. If I flip the truck around to the other side, pretty much mirror image, it just controls different parts of the system there. And while I'm on this side here, this is the actual unit where you can control, you move this little system here. This controls operating the bed at the back here, lifts them up and down. It has a, I think it's a, I'm not entirely sure the size, but like that. So that operates a pump. That's what I'm looking for. The word is an actuator. So it's a large actuator there. Once you move this, it operates the actuator. And to change the direction, you leave it positioned here, but there's a switch up on top which changes the up or down motion, which I will show you in more detail. So this has a swinging bed here, which is currently in a lock position. Unlock it, you just pull that down and it can swing. And once you move it up and down, it'll obviously swings on its own. And then to lock it, lift that back up, just like that. You get this truck all in frame because it's quite large. It's probably easily 1/2 meter long. But I'll quickly show you how to use the functions. So, start up, make sure all these are on the neutral position so nothing moves once you turn everything on. Now there's a switch up here, you just turn it on and that activates the electric motor. If you want to use the pneumatics, you push this pump switch and you can hear it pumping away. Now several, depending on which switch you use, for example this one here, it raises and lowers this pneumatic there. This one here raises and lowers this arm. You can see the boom moving now. Pretty cool. Like I said, it just takes a while, but it's got to get some air in the system. Now on the other side, turn it around for you guys. Does that. Very cool. Kind of get that in frame. Move this back a bit. I'll show you again. Up. And if you leave it halfway in this switch here, it'll stay. Obviously all the way down goes down. Other operation here is for the claw at the front. You can see it on the camera, but opens there. Sometimes it gets a little bit stuck. I don't know why. There we go. A bit delayed, as you can see. Open and closes. Very cool stuff. Now also on the side here, you can hear once it starts getting full with air, you can hear that pump clicking over, which I'll show you in more detail. But on the side here it has another switch which activates the stability rods on the side like that, and so you can hear me on the side here as well. You can do that and it actually raises the truck off the floor like the real thing. Now these are only one-way switches. In order to bring these back in, you've got to flick this switch the other direction and it brings it in. So in and out. And once they're in, you just put them back in the middle position. This switch here rotates the main boom here, so like that, and to move it in the other direction like this switch, you just got to change the main switch up here. Very, very cool. Now this one here operates the bed up and down, so if I turn it back on, if you leave it in here you can hear the pump constantly turning, but if you put it back in the middle position it's like a clutch, it just keeps spinning and the engine's just rotating, not binding up anything. There we go. Very cool. And same as before, to go back down the other way, you just flick the switch up top in the main control box and it goes back down. Just like that. Very, very cool. But once it sits down, you hear it ticking over, even though you just turn it back and put it back to center. Here's, once everything's in center, these are all not in gear or anything like that. You can see everything spinning how it's supposed to. Extremely well thought out, and engineers, like I said, got to give them props for how it all works. Here's the main actuator here that operates the bed, and like I said, as you can see there, it's rotating this, which is pushing in and out that main arm there. Pretty cool stuff. Now anyone who wants to know where the pump is, it's right there, right inside, and if you go like this you can see it activated. Very, very cool. So that's just pumping away, putting air into the system to drive all the pneumatics. Very, very cool. Very well thought out in my opinion. As you can see, it just swings open like that. Very cool. And once it's up the top, flick this switch out of the direction and it will come down nicely. Top stuff. I can show you these rods here on the side, the stabilizing arms actually. They just come out like that. Once they're out, put the other side back to neutral position, and you can just wind them out like the real thing. And they do actually, you can see it does actually lift the model up off the ground. Pretty cool. Works very well. Only thing about this, it just takes some time, but you could be patient and just enjoy and admire the workmanship. It's great. Now to rotate this, the main boom here, like I said, it's just on this side. And to change the direction, you just flick the main switch up top here to left or right. Very, very cool. And just for size comparison, here's a general Lego character. He's no higher than that rim, so it gives you a fair size of how large this model actually is. Very impressive. So there you go, guys. Hope you like the quick review and just have a look at this awesome Lego Technics kit. Not just for kids, but adults alike. Any questions, leave it down below in the comment section and I hope I can answer them. But if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and see you next time.